Hi folks, welcome to the Prepared Homestead. This is Travis. Thank you all for stopping by to watch. Another busy day for me. Be doing a lot of running around and stuff. So we'll see how much I can get done with videos today. But boy, there's a lot of stuff going on in the world. It's building pretty quickly, folks. I've been telling you that things are not looking good, especially in the global affairs business. And when it comes to war, it's almost every day for the last week, there's been some kind of global escalation, pushing us closer, pushing the world closer to some type of war on a global stage. And it's interesting that at the same time that this has all been happening, the World Economic Forum is meeting in Davos. And there's all kinds of rumors and reports and stuff coming out of that. But mostly, just a lot more conflict. So you're probably familiar with, over the last few days, Iran struck some targets in Pakistan. They claimed that there was some extreme militias or something there. And overnight, Pakistan has attacked Iran. They sent some drones. A plane actually entered Iranian space and struck some targets, killed some people. This is the first time since the 80s that any nation has attacked Iran inside its borders. Iran has already moved some of its military to the border with Pakistan, and who knows how much this will heat up and where this will go, but it certainly doesn't look good right now. I mean, who would have thought when all this started, however long ago, or even just go back to the first of the year, just 2 or 3 weeks ago, that Pakistan would now be involved in all this. So that's definitely something to keep an eye on, to watch how this plays out. Remember that Pakistan is nuclear capable, so that's gonna heat things up there. Turkey has struck targets inside of Syria again, which of course Syria does not like. That's violating their sovereignty, they claim, and there's a tension they're building. The United States has struck targets again inside of Yemen against the Houthis. They attempted to strike a U.S. naval ship yesterday or the day before. Of course, they were unsuccessful, but still shows an increase in escalation there going on. Taiwan is saying that China is flying a lot of its planes in and around Taiwan, and China is doing another war game simulation in that area, basically simulating taking Taiwan back. And this is the first time this has happened since Taiwan had their recent elections there, supporting the person that is against being part of China. The world is very rapidly, it appears, kind of falling into a global war state. And at this point, we could sit here and speculate on where it's going to really pop off big. Is this going to go nuclear? There's so many nuclear players in this. But honestly, it's hard to tell. There's so much, there's so many different things, like I said with Pakistan. Most people wouldn't have figured that would happen, but yet it has. And we're just watching things just kind of spiral. And that's certainly something to pay attention to. Also, Poland is saying that Russia has knocked out GPS signals and stuff to their eastern part of their country, which is there on the border. And so there's concern there. Is there something getting ready to happen with Russia and Poland? There is so much going on, folks, that I could probably just sit here and just rattle off more and more and more. The point is, though, that we're rapidly kind of falling apart as a planet and as a people. The wars and the rumors of wars thing that is spoken of in Scripture, it certainly looks like we are in that place. It certainly looks like it. And without knowing all the details, the best thing to do is that we have to prepare for this. We have to get ready. We're also, like I said, dealing with the whole Davos World Economic Forum stuff. They're talking about this disease X really big. They're talking about, you know, reclaiming the world's trust and proving to the world that all of this stuff that they need to do is important. You know, of course, there's the big election here in the United States that's building, and it looks, you know, it looks as if that it would be almost an impossibility at this point for everything to go to happen and it be all normal. I mean, we're watching our election. Just, I don't know that there's anyone that would say that nothing weird is going to happen. That they would think that the election's just going to be smooth and there's not going to be any kind of interference on either side. And so that is a big issue. And then, of course, there's the whole border stuff. Texas is putting their foot down, and they're not allowing U.S. Border Patrol to control certain parts of the border. And the U.S. government has ordered Texas to stop doing that, saying that they're violating this or that. And so things are heating up there to the point that, I mean, the possibility of seeing some type of violence between Texas government and the U.S. government is quite real, which leads us down the path of a potential civil war, which is another thing that has been talked about a lot on both sides. Predictions and you know, stuff with the media. There's that movie that's supposed to come out this spring, about civil war. A lot of people speculate that that's disclosure. Things are rapidly increasing, and I feel in my gut, and I could be wrong. I want to make that clear. This is not a prediction, and I may be incorrect. But my gut feeling is that we're in that phase of just rapid progression until we hit a point that it's just kind of fallen off a cliff. You know, we've been talking about this for months, for the last few years now, that we're watching it. You know, if you kind of timeline it out, where it's, you know, things happen and then they happen in, you know, more rapid progression, and then more and then now it's to the point that it's just about pretty much daily that something that's directly related to all of this global, you know, new world order, takeover, reset, beast system, it's happening. And I think we're in that phase where we're just going to start seeing more and more rapid progression until a point that's probably not too far off in the future, where things just kind of fall off, and then that's when the real big stuff starts happening. We have to get ready for that. I personally think it's unlikely at this stage that all of this stuff just kind of smooths out and goes away, and it's, you know, nothing happens. Even if this isn't the biblical end times, I think it's pretty clear that we are watching a changing of the world order, which those things can typically be pretty catastrophic, especially when you look at the things that they're wanting to do, the massive radical change. We're not just talking about, you know, a new global currency or something that we've seen in past world order changes. We're watching everything. They want to change everything. They want to scrap the system, burn the building to the ground, and then bring in something brand new and completely different and very radical. And that is going to cause a lot of chaos everywhere. We've already been seeing it. You know, we've already been watching all the chaos happen here in the United States and around the world for various different reasons. That's going to continue to happen until it hits kind of a rock bottom point, and then that's when these globalists, these, you know, new world order guys will step in with their big plan. And the ability for you and I to stop it is almost non-existent. You know, it's not something that we can stop. I personally, and I could be wrong with this too, I personally don't feel an election is going to stop it. I just don't. But the point is that we have to get ready for it regardless, because even if an election were able to slow it down or something, that's going to create a lot of chaos. The pushback, the fighting, either way you look at it, it looks like we're in for some really rough times, and we all knew that. We all knew that 2024 would be like that, and so we shouldn't be in shock. We should be getting ourselves ready, stocking up, getting your food supplies built up, figuring out your plan of what you're going to do when electricity fails, or when your currency fails, or when you have to have your special, super special identification to go about and do business, or they lock you down, or whatever it is. Communications fail. Whatever the problem is, we need to have a solution to it, and that's really what prepping is about: is finding solutions for extreme problems that can happen. And we need to be on the ball doing that, and building our preps, building our skill base, building relationships with other people, because it's all starting to fall apart, folks. And I don't think that's blowing things out of proportion. I don't think that's talking all doom and gloom. I think it is what it is, and we have to accept that and move forward and getting ourselves ready. Folks, right now is the time to get your houses in order. Not tomorrow, not next week or next month. Now, we need to be prepping mentally, physically, and spiritually. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next video.